Hey guys, Shinlocks here, back with our blind playthrough of Human Resource Machine. So, just real fast, let me show you... You're hired in the thrilling sequel. That's what I was talking about last time. I'm getting more used to this, more used to covering the screen. It's not... I don't like it because you guys can't see everything. Games these days are more accustomed to streamers and content creators and all that stuff, and so they generally try and organize the screen so that there's a section for the streamer to put their camera, their stupid face like mine. But I do appreciate that I'm learning something. I'm learning to that I have to... It's kind of like you have to pay more attention to what's actually going on, not just the game itself, which is unfortunate, but it's a bit more like you're managing the stuff, right? But something else, let me just touch on something real fast, because I mentioned last time that, as adults, like, we go to work, we're tired, we come home, and maybe there is something we can learn from kids. Like, because I used to love things like this as a kid, like puzzle solving and all that. And as an adult, I really don't anymore. I want stuff that's easy. I want some stuff that's kind of mindless. I wanna just, like... My energy has already been expended, and so I want to occupy a low energy state. But I think it's like exercising, in that it tires you out, but you get used to it, and it raises your energy reserves in a way, right? So I think that's something like this, like our mental energy, our mental fortitude, doing stuff like this that you enjoy, I think can help improve quality of life, maybe, which is really, it sounds really dumb to say, but I really think that's probably a thing. So, yeah, yep, that's about right. It's about where I am in life. So yeah, okay. So multiplication workshop, we started this one and then we abandoned it because adding... We have the ability to get labels now, because you have to, for each two things in the inbox, multiply them, then outbox the result. Don't worry about the negative numbers for now. You sort of do have to. Yes. So we basically need to... If one of the two numbers is 0, then you're going to give 0 as the result. Okay, so we'll clear this. Okay, so I was thinking about this, and I appreciate multiple tabs, because you could use a tab to kind of, like, say, if 0, then, right? If 0, then, and then you can do like a little thing. You can sort of plot out the strategy, right? So our strategy for this one is you have to multiply. We don't have the ability to multiply, and so ironically we have to make it more complicated. So basically what we're going to do is check plus minus 0. Okay. So we have to check a plus, a minus, and a 0. If 0... outbox. Actually, you know what? Let's just do it on the real one. Grab the inbox. We're gonna outbox something. Man, this music is fantastic, though. So, right, so we have to check plus minus 0. Okay. Check plus minus or 0. If 0, you just outbox it. But then we need to waste the other number, right? So outbox, inbox, and then jump back to the beginning. Okay. Yep. 0, hello. I kind of want to draw a dick on one of these. See, I will say that something that I really liked about Morrowind, and this is gonna sound really stupid, but something I really loved about Morrowind was the planning aspect, and I think that's this as well, right? In Morrowind, it's not like Oblivion or Skyrim where you can just fast travel. You can teleport, but you can only teleport to certain locations. There is fast travel, but only from specific routes, right? Like you could take what is it? There's no horses. There's silt striders, right? So you can either take land transportation or water transportation, or you can teleport with magic to specific locations. And so it ends up forming almost like there's fast travel points, right? And so you're like, I'm here, I want to go here. The fastest path would be for me to teleport here, take the bus to here, take the boat to here, and then walk the rest of the way. And I loved that. You know, I loved that about Subnautica as well, because you had to, I was going to say Subnautica 2, but there's no Subnautica the first one, because you had to basically plan like, well, I need this, so I'm going to go out and I'm going to do this, this, and this. I'm going to look for these resources, and I'm going to maybe scan this objective on the way as well. Did I just spit on that? No. Okay, if 0... waste. X in box. Oh. Good enough. If 0, kill the inbox. Right. Okay. Okay, so you outbox the 0. There we go, we'll put that there. If 0, Zin box. Yep, okay. And see, this is going to be... Wow, and so everything is going to occur in here. That's kind of... yeah. Otherwise, we're going to... whatever our result is, we're going to outbox the result, and then we're going to jump back to the beginning. Okay. We're going to try not to mix it so it's all, like, nice. Because if it looks like this, then you can tell, but if it starts to get mixed up here on the right, then you're like, wait, which one is which? Right? Ultimately, we're going to end up jumping down here and then outputting the results. Right, because you have to check first if it's 0. Okay, and then you check if it's negative. If... This is ugly. Right, because if it's what... I mean, I don't see any negative numbers at the moment, but... Here, well... Okay, not a problem. I wanted to see if there were negative numbers. Oh, there aren't any. Maybe there aren't any. Okay. Don't worry about negative numbers for now. Okay. Okay. So if it's 0, skip it. Otherwise... assume... positive. Okay. So if it's positive, then you're going to... copy to 0. No. We'll say this is counter. Okay. We'll say this is counter. We'll say this is total number. Output. Okay. So that's the output. Counter and output. So you're gonna... so you pick it up. You pick it up, you're checking. If it's 0, then you output it. Get the next one. No, sorry, I don't think this is correct. Because you're... no, actually, maybe it is. Yeah, because you pick up the next one, and then you jump back to the beginning, and you get a new one, and it just overwrites it. So it's fine. Yeah, right? Okay. Overwrite. Overwrite in. That sounds good. Good enough. I assume this blows up your file size or whatever, but that's okay. Right, okay, so you pick up the inbox, you jump back to the beginning, pick up the next inbox. Alright, so that's wasted 2. That's used up your 2. Okay, so if it's 0, then you're good. Otherwise, you assume it's positive. Put it on the counter. Pick up the next one. Copy to output. So then you're going to add output. Yep, bump counter. That's fine. Okay, we're gonna check if 0. So you'll notice that it always starts before, right? Because it's creating loops. It's like, oh, if it's 0, then you create loops. I wonder if we're gonna be doing recursion. That's a huge pain in the ass. Recursion is like this programming thing where you're basically creating you create a program that's so compact and efficient that it basically checks itself, and if it hasn't done what it needs, then it makes a copy of itself. So it's like, essentially the concept is, I have a bag of beans. I don't know how many beans are in this bag. So I'm gonna take one, and I'm gonna clone myself, and then hand the bag to my clone. And that clone is gonna take a bean. And if the bag is empty, then we're done. Right, let me step back a little bit. There's 2 parts. I check the bag. Let me rephrase this. I take a bean from the bag. I check the bag. If the bag is empty... Wow. Yeah, see, it's super complicated, actually, because I'm trying to count the number. So I take a bean. If the bag is empty, I create another one of myself and pass the bag off. Once we get down to the end, and I take the last bean, and the bag is empty, then I'm like, cool. The bag is now empty. Now we're going to start to count. That's part 2 of this little program. Doesn't matter what I do with the bean. I can put it back in the bag. Let's say, for intents and purposes, I say, I have bean number 1. Put the bean back in the bag. The bag has 1 bean in it. Pass the bag off to, John whatever, and I cease to exist. I erase myself. I have now received the bag. I'm like, this bag has 1 bean in it. I'm adding a second bean. Pass it back to my other one, erase myself. I get the bag. I'm like, the bag has 2 beans in it because I was told by my previous person. I'm gonna add a 3rd bean, pass it along to myself. That's why this, when you create a jump, is above. It doesn't... When you set the jump, it starts with it defaulted to be above. That's why, because it's assuming you're more advanced. Morons like myself are basically saying, hey, we're checking this and we're jumping forward. But anyway, okay, so we've picked one up, we're assuming it's positive, we copy it to the counter. We take the next one, we copy it to the output, and then we add it. So let's say 6, our counter is 6, we pick up 3, put 3 in the output. Add 3 to itself. Decrease, oh, wait, hang on. Copy to output, there we go. Add it, copy it. Bump. So counter, so now we have 6 here. This goes down to 5. And I get 5 in my hands. If I'm 0, then we're basically stopping. right? If the counter is 0, then we copy from output, and we output, and then we're good. Because we've used both. We've used both. And then we're basically done. Then we go back to the beginning. And this is getting uglier now. But it's, I mean, you know, it's okay. It's not really okay, but it's okay. Okay, if it's not 0, if we still have more to go, then we are going to... right. That's why. Okay. Okay, copy to counter. This is our first one. We grab number 2, we put it in the output. Copy from the output, you don't really need to at this stage, at this step. You don't need to do that, it's wasted, but whatever. We're gonna add it, okay? We're gonna add it, so we're gonna... You grab the 3, you copy it there, you pull the... You know, you now have 2 3s, you put one down, you pick it back up, put it back down again, whatever, it doesn't matter. We're gonna add them. Then you're gonna copy it down again. And then you subtract this. If it's 0, you proceed. If not, because this should be 5, and this will be 6 at the moment. Counter will be 5, output will be 6. So we need to pick the output back up, because we're... Sorry, hang on. We're multiplying, so we need to get to... We basically need to add the number of times. That's why. Jack's hair. Okay, so let's say, hang on. This is OG. Original Gangster. Okay, so this will be 3, so we're going to copy to... Copy to OG, copy to output. Okay, this is the second one. OG output. Okay. Copy from OG. We're going to add our output, right? So counter is 6, OG is 3. And then we're going to copy it to output. Output will be 3. We need to get to 18. That's the goal, right? So then, OG is 3. We're going to add the output. Add the output and then copy back to the output. So we have 3. We're going to add 3. 6. We're going to copy the output to 6. And then decrement the counter. Right? If it's 0, if we're done, then we're done. If we're not done, then we go back. And we pick up the OG again. OG is 3. Add 6 to it. Add the output. Output is 6. We're adding 6 to 3. Now we have 9. hang on, is this gonna screw us up? Because we're checking for 0. So we might need to decrement it before we even start. I think we do. Okay, let's see if that's right. You pick up 6. Make it 5. Oh. Well, if it's already 0, you're screwed. Nope, 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 but you're assuming it's not. You're assuming it's more than 1. You're assuming it's 1 or higher. Okay. Wow, this is gonna get super squirrely. Alright, goddamn. What am I gonna do, one of these per episode now? Holy shit. Maybe I'll remove this one. See what happens. Okay. Counter, pick up the second one. OG output. Copy from OG, that's fine. Add the output. So you're adding the 3s together, that makes 6. Then you copy output 6. Then 5 more times. But really 4 more times, right? Because technically you want to add 3 times 4, which is 12. It would be nice if you could check if it was 1. Not 0, but whatever. Right. Because let's say you get to 18 and there's still 1, then you're like, okay, well, that's the value that I need. Not 0. Yeah, if it's 0, then... So yeah, we just need to start from a lower number. Okay, you assume it's positive. So you copy to counter. Right, so this is the first one. If it's 1, then you just grab the second number and shove it over there. Right. Bump counter. Check for number 1. Okay, if it's 0, then you probably go... No. Well, shit. Then you go down here, and we're gonna have to spaghetti code. Right. If this is 0, then you just go down here. Nothing's getting past this anyway. Everything's jumping back. So then you pick up the next one. If your first is 1, right, which will happen here, then whatever it is, it doesn't matter if 0 in this case. You jump down here, you pick it up, shove 0 in the outbound, and then back to the beginning. Okay. If it's not 0, if it's a 2, right? If the counter is a 2 and you subtract it, it's a 1, then you're good. It's more than 0. So then you grab the second one. Copy to OG, copy to output. Copy from OG to make sure you have your untainted value. Add output to it. Right. Let's say 3. So now it's 6. Copy it back here, decrease this. So now this will be 4. This should be 4. Are we good now? So we're assuming it's not 0, so you jump back here, pick up this one. This is 6. Or sorry, this is 3, add 6 to it, so now you're at 9. Decrease this to 3. Pick this back up, 3, add 9, 12, 2 more to go. 2 more applications of 3 will be 6. Then you should be at 0. And so you copy this final one, outbox it, and then jump back to the beginning. Let us hope this works. Let's give it a go. 6. Okay. 3. 3. Pick it up. Yeah. We're now 6. Right? 9. 15. 18. Is it 0? Yes. 18's the right one. $16. Oh, we're a 0. Okay, there you go. Also a 0, and you toss the other one. Please be good. Well, I mean, whatever. You know what? Don't care, we solved it, it's fine. Continue to elevator, yeah. Fibonacci visitor or 0 terminated sum. God damn. Let's try one more. I'm probably gonna stop after this, my voice is starting to get a little rough. Yes, we believe in educating our employees on the job here. Do you know what a 0 terminated string is? It's been a long time, I can't remember. Yes, it's a very old technique and we don't expect you to know, so you may ask me about it if you like, or you may ask an external source. Whatever helps you get the job done. Okay, the inbox is filled with 0 terminated strings. What's that? Ask me, your boss. Add together all the numbers in each string. When you reach the end of a string marked by a 0, put your sum in the outbox. Reset and repeat for each string. Okay, so you basically keep adding until you get a 0. It's like a period. It's like a 0 is like a period in a sentence. So here you would add 8 and 8, and then you hit the 0 and you're like, okay, yep, toss whatever the sum is, right? 3, -8, 3, 0. So you'd add these 3 things together. What is a 0 terminated string? Yes, I could tell you. A string is just a list of values, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or 4, 99, and 2. But how do we know when one string ends and another string begins? This is like old school shit. This is like assembly code. Or machine code. Right? Because way, way back in the day, you had literal ones and zeros. Right? And all you see is just ones and zeros. And so how the hell do you know when things stop and end? Right? It's a little more complicated than that, but you just have, it's not like what we're doing here, where it's like, you know, if 0, check for 0, check this, check that, and skip ahead and blah, blah, blah. Like, those are actual commands. But those commands, ultimately the computer is doing the ones and zeros, and there's translation that's happening, right? Like at high level programming, you can actually do the if, if such and such, then add this, do this. But all that shit is handled. There's like multiple layers, right? There's the binary assembly code. There's like the zeros and the ones. And then there's machine code, which is sort of like you take the zeros and the ones and you translate it into hexadecimal. And then from the hexadecimal, you get the other stuff. So yeah, the question is like, when does this stuff... If you're just looking at a sea of numbers, how do you know when a command is finished? We can mark the end of a string with something special, like a 0. Here are 2 0-terminated strings. 1, 2, 3, 0, 9, 8, 0. See how that works? And sometimes a string can be empty. Here are 3 strings. Notice the middle one is empty. 1, 2, 3, 0. Another 0, so this is its own thing. And then 5 and 0. Okay, that makes sense. Or more, I should say this is technically the end, and what's in the string is between the 2 zeros, which is nothing. And yes, sadly, this all means a string cannot contain the number 0. Yeah. Since 0 means something special. Well, now we know. Back to work. 10 or fewer commands, 72 or fewer steps. Okay. Okay, inbox. You grab it. And then the problem is you need to grab the next one. Because if what you're holding... Assume there's a bunch of shit, right? So we're going to inbox, we're going to put it in this one. We're going to put it in 0. Copy to 0. That works. Then we're going to inbox the next one. Okay. Actually, to be fair, we need to check if it's a 0 right away. What do you... If it is a 0... If it's a 0 in the first, right? So if you have a string with nothing in it, then you're just going to move on, right? Then you're going to assume... Check empty... Check for an empty 0. Good enough. If it's 0, then you go. Right, and then you grab the next one. You could still copy it. You assume it's not a 0. If it is, then you grab the inbox. Yeah, if it's 0, just jump back to the beginning. Because there's no point. You're restarting, right? If it's not 0, then move on to the rest of the program. Okay, so you pick up the next one. You assume there's something here. You assume it's a non-zero value, right? Let's say an 8. What does add do again? Result goes back into your hands. Okay, add. Add from 0. And then copy to 0. Sure. Right. So you pick up 8, you put it down. It's not a 0. Go grab the next one. Okay, sorry. One second. Okay. Pick it up. You copy it here. Let's say it's a 0. Cool. If it's 0, go back to the beginning. Grab the next one. Copy it here. It's an 8, right? Let's say there's a 0 here. We wasted that. We tossed that. Okay. Grab the 8. Cool. Put it there. I mean, we're going to check again, because you could have... Let's say you have like 4 zeros in a row, right? We're just going to waste all of those. Until you grab the next one. Grab the 8. Put the 8 here. It's not 0. So you're going to grab the next one. Another 8. Since this one is not 0, and the one you have... Oh. Okay, well, you're checking if the first one is 0. If the second one is 0, then you're done. Then you copy from... Yeah. Output. Okay. And then you outbox, and then you go back to the beginning. Okay. Right, so if it's not a 0, right, so you grab the 8, you put that there. Grab the second 8, it's not 0, you add it. And then you copy it to output, so now we have 16. And then you jump back to... This is just checking for the first one. And then we're going to go here. You pick up the next one. If it's 0, right, which will be third. Okay, so you pick this up. Check it, put it here. It's not 0. So you keep moving. You pick up the second one. It's also not 0. You add these two together. Boom, 16. You put that right there. Then go back. Pick up the next one. Is it 0? Yes. So you're done. Copy whatever output is. Put it in the outbox. Go back to the beginning. That's what I expected. I'm always like one off. Alright, well, let's see. Okay. Yep. There you go. There's 16. Yep, we're done. Bam. 3. 8. Yep. Oh, see, there you go. Okay, -2. It's 0, so we're done. We're gonna pick up a 2, or pick up the 0. We're like, nope, nothing. Okay, pick up another 0. Nothing. Don't worry about it. 9. And that's all the other ones. That's the rest. Yeah, so there were multiple 0 terminated strings within... This is why my guy's lost all his hair. This is why I've lost all my hair. I wish you could design a little bit better. Wait. Why did management expect 0? Oh. You're saying empty strings need a 0? because she was basically saying, okay, well, okay, well, that's frustrating. But that's weird, because even if you had an empty string, you couldn't... I guess you put a 0. Jump back to the beginning. Okay, well, we'll just say... empty 0. Okay, if it's an empty 0, then you go down here, you copy from, and then you output it, and then you jump back to the beginning. Okay, well, alright. Okay, check the empty 0. If it's 0, you go down here. So that's a check for an empty. That should fix everything, right? Because then you're like, oh, is the second one 0? Then just copy the output. Okay, I think this will work now. Let's find out. Okay, here we go. Okay, so that signifies the end of the string. There you go. There's a 1. So this should be an empty string. And so you're like, okay. Maybe you don't need to pick up the 5, but... I think, so if you pick it up, right, you're checking. You pick it up, it's a 0. It's the first one. You don't need to copy. You just outbox it. And of course, they always make sure there's... right? Mm-hmm. There you go. Wow, okay. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Do we get the speed one? Don't know. Probably not. Oh, so close. It's okay, though. These are hard, dude. These are hard, and it's... wow, how many... man. How many are we actually getting? Look at... Jesus Christ. This is gonna take way longer than I thought. Alright, well, that's it for today, guys. Thank you guys so much for your time and attention. Really do appreciate it. Really hope you guys are enjoying these episodes. As always, guys, questions, comments, concerns, good, bad, or indifferent, let me hear them. I do read all of them. I do try and respond to all of them as well. Petting my little kitty right here. Petting a little kitty. What is your guys' unique positive moment for today? For me, I'm gonna say... I ended up getting my delivery, so that's good. A ladder and some stone, like a pallet of like edging rocks, like big chunks of limestone, because we had some rain, like a lot of rain, and the whole yard shifted. Oh, well, to be fair, in the front, I have a lot of plants. I've been keeping the weeds mowed, and so they're actually holding the dirt pretty well, but I would like to edge just in case. And this way I can fight the erosion and stuff a little bit better. And then worry about the back as well. Yeah, it's something for future proofing, basically. Hopefully it'll look nice. But that's all. That's my unique positive moment. Got my things, like a whole palette of stone, like stone blocks. It's pretty impressive. So yeah, that'll be that's my unique positive moment. Hopefully your guys just as good, if not better. Hopefully better, of course. And I hope to see you guys next time. Until then, guys, take care.